So I'll just tell you about Kathy and how she went through school. Now, when she was ready to graduate in the sixth grade to go to junior high, they had a different arrangement in Webster. And this place that I am living right now on Lockwood was their school. It was called Plymouth. So they tore, after Kathy and the rest of the kids graduated, they tore Plymouth down and built the condos that I am living in. That's across the street from Holy Redeemer and right around the corner from Webster Groves High School. So Kathy went to Plymouth, and then she went to the high school. Then, when she graduated in the 12th grade, we encouraged her to go to Culver Stockton. So this was really wonderful. She met her husband there. Jim will have graduated 4 years, and his dad went to Culver Stockton. She majored in harp, which was really something big and in size too. And the school had to rent a harp from across the river at Quincy, Illinois. So Kathy spent her last years learning the harp. And we had to get a car that we could move it anytime she played somewhere. We'd have to move the harp. So Mondo decided to buy a used hearse. Yes, that's right, a hearse. In fact, I think we had two or three. But it was beautiful. It was velvet on the inside, and we'd use it for camping. And of course, it raised a lot of talk around Webster. And when my little Mary, she was driving age, she would drive. Of course, she'd be way down under the windshield driving around. So anyway, that's how we moved the harp around. So when Kathy graduated, Jim had to go to the Army. I'm not sure how many, maybe he served 2 years, I'm not sure. But Kathy was trying to find a job and sent out her information to all the schools around the country, and she got an answer from Montana in a little town named Charlo. Now, we had never been to Charlo, to Montana even, or much out west. But so she didn't know what she should do, and we didn't know either, to be there by herself. So she called her boyfriend and said, Jim, I've got this offer to go out to Montana to be their music supervisor. What should I do? Take it, he said. I'll come out, he said. So she did. We put her on the train, took her to Chicago, put her on the train when it was time, and she went there all by herself. And when she got to Missoula, the big city that we drive back and forth to, they came and got her and took her to a little house in Charlo. Now, there's consolidated schools around there. In fact, it's an Indian reservation called the Flathead Indians. And so Kathy lived in Charlo, and then she transferred to Ronan, which was the city where the consolidated schools were. And she became well known and did a beautiful job. But of course, her marriage came in between all that. Jim did come out and liked the situation, and I guess he had gotten out of the Army by then. And they came back and were married in Webster Groves, and we were happy about that. So as the years went by, Kathy had 3 children, and I am so happy that they all ended out in Montana, in Ronan, and not Ronan, but Polson, which is a resort area just 10 miles from Ronan, and 2 of them now live in Montana. Jim's folks, who Mr. Gilhouse is 95 now, and he's still doing well. I got to see him just a couple weeks ago. He and his wife decided to move to Missoula because they were just thrilled with the country, and it wasn't in the it was in the mountains, and it really didn't get that cold.
And Jim's sisters moved
So
too.
I'm sorry.
And Jim's sisters.
And his two sisters moved there also. So Kathy has quite a group out there now with her grandchildren, and they're just love it.